In this video, I'm going to show you how I dehydrate sourdough starter. There are three reasons why you might want to dehydrate some starter. The first is for a backup in case you do something wrong and kill your starter. The second is you want to take a break for vacation or something, or to share with a friend or relative. Well, you can certainly dehydrate at room temperature. I will be using this little $13 heating mat to speed up the process. It'll go from a 3-day job to about 16 hours. I start by spreading some starter into a silicon cake pan. This is an 8-inch pan, so I'll start with about 25 grams of starter. The thicker the spread, the longer it's going to take to dehydrate, so you want it as thin as possible. I spread some of the starter up on the side of the bowl. This will help me spread it even thinner. And once it's spread, I covered with a grease spatter screen, and this will allow the pan to be covered, but yet the moisture to escape. With the heat pad powered, I basically just let it do its thing. I come back every few hours and check on it, especially after about the 10-hour mark. So depending on how thick it is, how long it's going to take. Here is a 16-hour time lapse of another starter that I dehydrated. Pretty much the same principle. I was comparing this PID controlled hot plate with the uncontrolled heating pad. This process worked very well. I found no discernible difference between the heating mat and this PID controlled method. As you can see, the temperature hovers right around 90 degrees. I think it was a little bit less on the heating mat, but not enough to make any difference. After 16 hours, the starter is completely dehydrated. I always check to see if there's any soft ones, but every piece should crunch or crack just like it was a potato chip. If it doesn't, you can leave that piece out, or you can put it in and continue the dehydration process. I have in the past actually taken some thicker pieces and pulled them out, just didn't include them in when I stored the stuff. I then break the dehydrated starter down into smaller pieces. These are just easier to allow me to pour it into the jar. The size really isn't going to matter because these will be ground up when they're reconstituted. I then pour the contents of the silicone pan into a jar. I add a lid and label my jar, and this is ready to store away somewhere. Now, often I will also take my vacuum sealer and vacuum the air out of these. This I believe will make them stay a little fresher, so take that with a grain of salt. So be sure to visit the Bread and Ammo website, and until next time.